Welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz, and welcome to my new series that I'm calling the Kit Test Diaries, where I'm going to test out all kinds of different kits and tell you, is it worth it? My first one that I'm going to try out is the National Geographic Break Open 10 Geodes. This is geared for kids 8 and above. I am going to let my kids who are younger than 8 try it, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to open up this box and show you what you get. So this kit comes with the box. There is a set of instructions, 2 methods for opening. I'm going to have my kids do this method, and my husband and I are going to try this method. And then just some information about what is a geode, how are they formed, and then some marketing material. And then in here you have your 10 geodes of varying sizes. There's some smaller ones and some bigger ones. And a pair of safety goggles, a small magnifying glass, and 2 display stands for displaying what you break. So now I'm going to take this outside and let my kids break open some geodes. Alright, so voiceover Liz here. I'm not going to voice over this whole thing. I'm going to try not to, but I do want to add some commentary where needed. So we're starting out with my kid that I'm going to call Thing 1. This is one of my twins. They are 5 years old, and I let them all pick their own geodes to break, and I tried to help them as little as possible, although she did almost break the camera there. And so I ended up being the one to break this one in the sock. The sock was useful in ways. It helped keep it from rolling around quite as much, but it did cushion it and was harder to break. So this particular geode had some little crystals in it, and I'm going to show all of these at the end. Had some large crystals in it. There's just a couple of those that I'll show. And then it had some smaller crystals on some of the outer pieces. So this one was hollow. And it was not terribly difficult to break. So I think if my kid was older, that was almost breaking the camera there, they would have been able to do this. But being 5 years old, and they did want to break the bigger pieces down some more. So I am going to end up tumbling some of these pieces to see how they turn out. All right, now we're moving on to the child we'll call Thing 2. I will actually stop talking so you can see the instant when it does break, but I will say that keeping it in the sock kept it in one place. When she took it out, they kind of rolled everywhere. So I am going to stop talking for a minute and let you listen to a sped up version of breaking a geode. You want me to take it out of the sock, see if that's better for you? Oh, you got some chips. Oh, that's why it needed to be in a sock. Don't hold your hand there when you hit. You hit it really hard. Oh, look at that!
There's gray inside.
That's white.
White.
You got some white quartz. Look, you got a crack here. You want to try and... Look, there you go. I would not break this anymore. I think that's really pretty just the way it is.
Can I break one to this one?
No. If you break it more, you might lose your crystals.
Okay.
So all right, now we're moving on to child 3, Snuffleupagus. They are 3 years old. I don't think it's too big for you. I think... There you go. Look at all the crystals in there. Look at that.
There's gray inside.
They're just little white crystals inside.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Hey, can I hold my crystals?
All right, moving on to me attempting to break this small one. We had tried with my younger kid to break this one earlier, but weren't able to, so I'm going to take the sledgehammer to it and break it real quick. So you can see my kids are enjoying this. I did let the older 2 break a second one. We offered for the younger one to do it again, and they didn't want to. So, yeah, that's what this little small one. This was a more solid one, so it was a little harder to break. All right, now this is my husband breaking one. He's going to show using the chisel and the sledgehammer. This is a masonry chisel, and I believe it's a 5-pound sledgehammer. This is what I use to break my rocks normally. That's cool. All right, this is the second one that my husband is going to break. This is a smaller one, and I believe he's going to use the chisel and the hammer again. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, that was not solid. That was hollow. All right, thing one is back, and I'm going to learn why you always need to be very careful and communicate with your children when they are handling very dangerous tools like hammers, where your hands and fingers may be involved. Ow! It's okay. Ow! That was my fault. All right, so what happened there, since it was off screen, is I forgot to tell her to stop trying to hit it when I grabbed it, and she hit my hand. It was entirely my fault, and I'm fine, and it didn't really hurt that badly. It was more surprising that I got hit with a hammer. But that's, you know, I kind of expected somebody was going to end up getting hit with the hammer. I'm glad it was me and not one of my kids. But I'll stop talking and let you watch the rest of this.
That's not good enough.
Okay, well, let me try it. There we go.
Wow, solid up.
Let's show the camera.
Can you tumble those too?
Well, this one? The answer to that is if you tumble it, the crystals will get worn away just like they would, and they wouldn't be crystals anymore. So this is thing two, back for a second round. This is the second geode we let them try because the first one we just could not get to break. And that's actually going to be Geode 10. We had to go a little hardcore with that one. But yeah, so enjoy this Geode number 8. And you just want to hit the rock. Okay, you want me to help you?
I'll just split to my two. Yeah. Hey, here.
That was hard. There we go.
And look at this.
Yeah,
My
look at
crystals.
Yeah, you got some crystals on the inside. All right, this is my second attempt, and I actually ended up, I was a little disappointed because I think there were kind of two parts to this geode where there was that sort of matrixy outside stuff and big chunks of it, and I couldn't see any sort of geode-ness, because you see that looks kind of just like concrete. It's just a mixture of things. So what I actually ended up doing off camera, and you'll see the end result at the end, is that big piece on the right, I ended up breaking a lot more. Because I just was like, it doesn't look like a geode, but they said it was a geode, and I trusted them that they would send me 10 geodes and not 9 in a just random piece of rock. But it was really, really, really difficult to break. As you can see, I'm going to just wail on it with a hammer here. Alright, Geode 10 was very hard. We first let thing 2 have a try at it, but eventually I tried it and I couldn't get it, and we eventually had to take it inside and be a little bit more aggressive with it. But I'm going to show you here why I trust my kids way too much. Hit it right here with the hammer. Ow! Yeah, he got my finger and it hurt, but it was all right. It was, again, my fault. I shouldn't have let him try that. But we're going to go at this for quite a while longer, and I did eventually let him try to use the heavier hammer. Again, that didn't really work either. This is me attempting with the chisel, and eventually we gave up. And this is where I brought it inside. This is my typical rock breaking setup. So I have a piece of oak, a hard piece of wood, a towel to protect the wood. The wood is to protect the floor, the towel is to protect the wood, and then this box is to contain any shrapnel when you break rocks. So I put, this is an old wipes container. I like it because it has a main lid, and that lid has like a slit in it that I can put the chisel through, so that if anything comes up, it's not as likely to come flying up. But again, wear your safety glasses when you do this. So I am going to attempt to break it this time. So as you can see, this isn't really putting much of a dent in it, and this is inside, which is why I didn't want to damage the cement floors in here. This is in our workshop, but it just wasn't working, and my husband eventually said, could he try? So this is his attempt.
I'm gonna make a slight dent in it.
Whoa!
Jesus, got it.
So as you can see, that did take a bit of extra effort, but we were finally able to break it. So now that all 10 geodes are broken, let's switch over to the outro and I'll show you what they all look like. So, in conclusion, what do I think of this breaking open 10 geodes kit from National Geographic? I'd say it was fine. It was great. I think I paid about $25 for this one. I need to go check that out, what I paid, but it wasn't terribly expensive. My kids had a great time. Now, my kids are under the age that's recommended for this kit, so you as a parent know your kids, so make the best judgment for the kids that you have. I felt comfortable supervising my kids to do this, and they had a great time, and we were all safe, and only my hands were slightly hurt. So would I recommend it for kids under 8? No, personally, but I used it for my 5-year-olds and 3-year-old, and they were fine. But I always advocate parents knowing what's right for their kids. So let's look at the geodes that we actually got. So these are the 10 all laid out. So this is one of the ones that I broke. I did go off camera and break it down a little bit more because I originally was just seeing this and I wasn't terribly happy with that, but I had a big chunk. And so I broke that open, and this is all nice and crystalline. I think I'm going to tumble some of these pieces to see how they turn out. This is probably my favorite. This is the one my husband broke open. And you can see it's got a lot of crystals down in there. I like the way that it broke, so it's like a little cave in there. It's very pretty. I don't remember who broke this one, but this is geode number 2, well 3, I don't know what order they are. This is just all of the pieces that we have. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here's another one that was very pretty, has a lot of sparkle in it. It broke quite nicely. This one also very sparkly, very cool looking. This is one that one of my twins broke. And again, it has a lot of this matrix. Not sure what that's called. There is a little bit of crystal right in there. And there were a couple of big crystals that kind of fell out. So I'm going to tumble all of the stuff that doesn't have crystals for my kid that was requested of me. Then there's this one. It's also nice and shiny. So I'm just going to show a little bit of all of these. You can see they are all geodes. They did actually send 10 geodes. This one was almost solid. Some of them were very hollow. Some of them were very solid. It was a good mix. Some of them were easier to tumble than others, or to break than others. So, like I said, my kids had a good time with it. It was a lot of fun. It was worth the price. So if you need some aggression, you want to break something open, I get this. It was a lot of fun. Got to hit some things with a hammer and got something pretty out of it at the end. So thanks for watching, and I hope to do some more of these kit test diaries in the future. It's not all going to be rock related. I have some crafting kits and resin kits and other types of kits that I'm going to do. So if you have any suggestions or recommendations, some kits you've always wanted to try out that you maybe didn't want to spend the money on without knowing if you were going to like it, that's kind of what I want to do here. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.